Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Market Today on Business Today Television. It's been a spectacular comeback, both by the equity markets and of course by the BJP in Haryana, as well as to some extent even in Jammu and Kashmir. But let's first look at the markets and analyze the reasons that are a little later. The Nifty, ladies and gentlemen, is now above 25,000, up 210 points. Intraday high is 25,044. The Bank Nifty is up 1.2%, 600 points higher at 51,067. It's the mid cap and the small cap indices where this rally, this short covering, call you what you may want to, is showing havoc on the bears. The Nifty Mid Cap 100 up 1.7%, or at least 1,000 points. The Nifty Small Cap Index is up 1.5% at 18,519. All of these indices are snapping 6-7 day falls in the market, and the reason for that is fairly simple. One, the BJP has returned back to power for the third time in Haryana against all hopes, all exit polls and all other things that were there on ground. The BJP has won 50. It's leading in 50 out of 90 seats in Haryana. The Congress, which was supposed to win the state and wrest it away from the BJP because of anti-incumbency and all sorts of issues that were being thrown up, joblessness, problems with the Agniveer scheme, problems with Kisans, problems with Pahalwans, all of that, ladies and gentlemen, has been laid to rest. The Congress is leading only on 35 seats. As far as J&K is concerned, out of 90 seats again, the National Congress, the National Conference plus the Congress combined is ahead on 50. The BJP has not done pretty badly for itself. It's lost just 2 over last assembly and is leading in 28. The PDP has been wiped out, and within the National Conference, the Congress has not done as much as it was expected to do. So all told, there is a relief rally that is happening in the market at this point of time, and it's visible across the board. We tracked 19 indices for you, ladies and gentlemen. Out of 19, all 19 are in the green. The advanced decline is dramatically in favor of bulls. Now 1936 shares are in the green compared with 450 in the red. Remember, in the morning this number was fairly dismal and favored the bears. Now, apart from the metal index, all 18 are in the green, and the advanced decline on the NSE 500, the most important measure, is 393 is to 106. On the Nifty alone, you have 35 shares out of 15 clicking in the green, and if you look at the top 30 stocks in the most traded list, at least 22-23 of them are in the green, led by stocks such as Reliance Industries and HDFC Bank. Very strong moves coming in after that terrible 5-6 days that we've seen in terms of sales. So the Nifty, I'll request the PCR to fire a long term chart, had contracted somewhere like 5.8% over the last 6 trading sessions, and is now showing signs of consolidation. If it closes above 25,000, then obviously we will presume that perhaps the worst is over, and you might see the index now consolidating. With us, ladies and gentlemen, is Mr. Raghavendra Singh, market expert, joining us from Mumbai. Namaste Raghavendra ji, a very warm welcome to you. How do you see the Nifty at current levels?
Chalji, very good afternoon. As far as Nifty and Bank Nifty is concerned, we have seen almost 1,500 point downfall in last 5 to 6 days. After breaking out the RSI from 80 level, now RSI is hovering around 36, 37, which is the oversold zone. Now market has taken a U-turn from 24,800, which was the 200 DMI, I think, and exponential moving average to 20 exponential moving average. So I believe this rally can extend up to 25,500. I'm expecting this week expiry, maybe next week, on Monday, 25,600 Nifty. आफ्टर दैट देखिए एक बार बैंक निफ्टी में थोड़ा सा डाइसी है, मुझे लगता है बैंक निफ्टी कैन टच अराउंड 53,000 52,500 लेवल, which is the very strong supply zone. And after that एक बार जो एचडीएफसी बैंक या आईसीआईसी का सपोर्ट मिलेगा, then after I think बैंक निफ्टी can touch into the new high. But Nifty is looking very strong. I'm expecting Nifty to touch 25,500.
Okay. Let's look at the advanced decline ratio in the FNO space. 143 futures are in the green compared with 42 which are in the red. Now these are positive names, these are positive thoughts that I am sending you because this is how you read the granularity of the market. Advanced decline is almost 3:1 in the FNO space. Now let's get into the Nifty. Within the Nifty, the advanced decline, like I mentioned, was 33:17, so that is 2:1. Within Bank Nifty, the segment that is pushing the index higher, it's 10:2. Out of 12 stocks in the Bank Nifty, 10 are in the green, and the ones that have lost ground, AU Bank and IDFC First, really have no weightage to speak of. Now within the Nifty, look at record highs. I'll request the PCR to fire the chart of trend. A blowout here, ladies and gentlemen, 7% higher, 8,003. No matter how we slice and dice data, this is something that is doing phenomenally well. Within the NSE 500, you have record highs in the form of Coforge, mid-cap IT stocks 72.97. From the pharma space, Ipca Labs comes up 3.5% higher. Dixon Technologies from the EMS space 14,510, 7% higher, and of course Trent that I have mentioned. Volume is not as good as I would have hoped, but I am very happy with the fact that consistently the markets have risen, and that's mainly because of how the sentiment has turned for the better as far as results from Haryana are concerned. What would you, Raghavendra ji, attribute today's bounce back to after a 6-day fall?
शैल जी, मुझे लगता है जिस हिसाब से निफ्टी और बैंक निफ्टी का बाउंस बैक एंड ओवरऑल ऑल लीडिंग स्टॉक्स लाइक रिलायंस, एचडीएफसी बैंक, ट्रेंड, कोफोर्ज, Sun Pharma, most of the heavyweights are coming up with the volume. So I believe this rally can extend from this level up to 25,500, 25,600. एंड एक बार देखिए, मुझे लग रहा है कि अगर आप निफ्टी का चार्ट देखेंगे तो निफ्टी कंप्लीटली ओवरसोल्ड जोन से रिवर्स ले रहा है, और मुझे लगता है कि 15 से 20 अक्टूबर तक बाजार में अभी वन वे रैली होने वाली है. सो आई एम नॉट एक्सपेक्टिंग, क्योंकि देखिए क्या हो रहा था, अभी बीजेपी हरियाणा में हार रही थी, पूरा मीडिया चल रहा था. नाउ बीजेपी इज कमिंग बैक इनटू द पावर, एंड नाउ मुझे लग रहा है कि जो अभी जम्मू एंड कश्मीर का भी जो मतलब रिजल्ट है वो भी इतना खराब नहीं है. तो मेरे हिसाब से आई एम एक्सपेक्टिंग निफ्टी टू बाउंस बैक फ्रॉम दिस लेवल. जो बुरा होना था वो हो चुका है. अब मुझे लग रहा है कि दिस वीकेंड वी आर गोइंग टू गेट सम गुड न्यूज. एंड द मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट थिंग शैल जी, अगर आप क्रूड ऑयल देखेंगे तो क्रूड ऑयल इज ऑल्सो कमिंग डाउन. तो मुझे लग रहा है क्रूड ऑयल भी जो है अब शायद यहाँ से कूल ऑफ हो रहा है. सो मेरे लिए यहाँ से अभी एक बाउंस बैक जो है 300 से 400 पॉइंट की निफ्टी में रैली बाकी है, और बहुत तेजी से आने वाली है.
राघवेंद्र जी, कौन से ऐसे 5 स्टॉक्स हैं निफ्टी में जो आपको लगता है इस रैली को अपने मजबूत कंधों पर ऊपर लेके जाएंगे?
देखिए 5 स्टॉक आइडेंटिफाई करना तो बहुत मुश्किल नहीं है, लेकिन मुझे लगता है ओवरऑल निफ्टी के जो स्टॉक्स हैं, इंक्लूडिंग आप जो है एमएनएम ले लीजिए, टाटा मोटर ले लीजिए, ट्रेंट ले लीजिए, रिलायंस है. देखिए मेटल में थोड़ा सा मुझे लगता है कि नीचे रहेंगे, बट एचडीएफसी बैंक, रिलायंस, एमएनएम, आप उसके बाद इन्फोसिस, टीसीएस, मुझे ये लग रहे स्टॉक्स ऐसे हैं जो कि निफ्टी को यहाँ से ऊपर लेके जा सकते हैं. तो डेफिनेटली यहाँ से मुझे लग रहा है ये 4-5 स्टॉक. भारत फोर्ज देखिए बहुत पिटा हुआ स्टॉक है. भारत फोर्ज इज ऑल्सो लुकिंग वेरी स्ट्रॉन्ग. वॉल्यूम बहुत अच्छा है, 300 से 400 करोड़ तक का अभी तक का वॉल्यूम हो चुका है. तो मुझे लगता है ये सारे स्टॉक्स हैं जो यहाँ से बाजार को ऊपर लेके जा सकते हैं.
जी, ऐसा करते हैं, अपने दर्शकों को एक बहुत ही इंटरेस्टिंग डेटा मैं दिखाता हूँ. इन स्टॉक्स का नाम जिन्होंने जो आपने राघवेंद्र जी के मुख से सुना, मैं आपको बताता हूँ अक्टूबर के महीने में इसमें कितना करेक्शन आ चुका है. यहाँ पर बात हुई RIL की. ध्यान दीजिए, ये काउंटर अपने 200 DMA के नीचे आपको ट्रेड करता हुआ दिखेगा. आज की तेज़ी के बावजूद ये देखिए, ये आपके सामने जो आंकड़ा है, ये आपको एक महीने का रिटर्न दिखा रहे हैं, लेकिन अगर आप अक्टूबर की एक्सपायरी में देखें तो ये काउंटर 7.3% नीचे है। HDFC बैंक में आपने इस FNO सीरीज़ में 7.5% का गिरावट देखा है। यहाँ पर आप अगर ट्रेंड को देखें तो ये एक ऐसा इकलौता स्टॉक है जहाँ पर आपको हरा निशान आता हुआ दिखेगा। ये काउंटर वैसे ही रिकॉर्ड हाई पर आपको चलता हुआ दिखेगा और फिलहाल ट्रेंड आपके सामने ट्रेड करता हुआ दिख रहा है लगभग 5% ऊपर। अलावा इसके यहाँ पर आपने काफ़ी बिकवाली आते हुए देखी है HDFC बैंक में, टाटा मोटर्स में खासकर। अगर आप टाटा मोटर्स का चार्ट देखें तो ये एक ऐसा काउंटर है जहाँ पर गिरावट की जो प्रतिशत दर है वो आपको आती हुई दिख रही है लगभग 8.1%। तो ये आपको राघवेंद्र जी समझाना चाह रहे हैं कि ये एक स्विंग ट्रेड इन 5-7 स्टॉक्स में हो सकता है और ये ही निफ्टी को मजबूती से उठाते हुए चल सकते हैं। अगर आप सुबह का एक हम ऑप्शन ट्रेड देखें जो हम लोगों ने पकड़ा था, वो था लगभग 24,900 की निफ्टी की अक्टूबर 10 की कॉल। मैं रिक्वेस्ट करूंगा पीसीआर से अगर वो फायर कर सकते हों। यहाँ पर हम लोगों ने 170 रुपये के आसपास उस कॉल को पकड़ा था और वहाँ पर अगर आप प्राइस देखें तो अभी आपके सामने जो प्राइस आता हुआ दिख रहा 24,900 का ऑप्शन हम लोगों ने पकड़ा था। मैं ही आपको ज़रा देख के बताता हूँ।
160 रुपीज़ है।
जी हाँ, 160 रुपये के आसपास ये चल रहा है और ये सुबह नहीं, हम लोग जी हाँ 232 रुपये के आसपास तक गया था और यहाँ पर आपने बहुत बढ़िया मोमेंटम बीच में आते हुए देखा था। फ़िलहाल हल्की सी यहाँ पर मुनाफा वसूली इसलिए भी हो रही है क्योंकि अब आप वीकली एक्सपायरी के निकट जा रहे हैं, तो टाइम वैल्यू जो है वो काउंटर में से धीरे धीरे आपको निकलती हुई दिखेगी। जब आपको ये पता चला कि बाज़ार में एक फेरबदल हो रहा है सेंटिमेंट में, बीजेपी की रुख में, तब यहाँ पर आपने ज़बरदस्त मोमेंटम आते हुए देखा। लगभग 10:15 बजे, माफ़ कीजिए 9:30 बजे, 9:45 पर जब रुझान आते हुए दिखे तो ये 168 रुपये से बढ़कर लगभग 232 रुपये तक जाता हुआ दिखा। राघवेंद्र जी, और मिड कैप और स्मॉल कैप में आपको क्या पसंद आता हुआ दिख रहा है?
देखिए, मिड कैप स्मॉल कैप में मुझे लग रहा है कि जो सबसे मिड कैप IT स्टॉक्स हैं, या आप ये कह लीजिए कि थोड़े से मिड कैप से ऊपर है, परसिस्टेंट, वो एक बहुत अच्छा दिख रहा है। देखिए, इस गिरावट में ये स्टॉक जो है रॉक सॉलिड खड़ा था, तो मेरे लिए ये स्टॉक में बहुत सी तेजी है। उसके बाद आप MCX देख लीजिए, MCX में बहुत अच्छी तेजी आ रही है। अभी भी ये आज भी देखिए मेरे ख्याल 22 वीक हाई लगाया इसने, मतलब निफ्टी 1,500-2,000 पॉइंट नीचे आने के बावजूद भी ये स्टॉक एकदम खड़ा है। मुझे लगता है कि इसमें ये दिखाता है स्टॉक की जो स्ट्रेंथ है। सो कुछ ऐसे स्टॉक्स हैं जो मुझे लग रहा है कि ये सब थोड़े से जो है अच्छे दिख रहे हैं और ये यहाँ से एक बार रिवर्स ले सकते हैं। डिफेंस स्टॉक मजगांव डॉक, HAL, BEL, ये थोड़े अच्छे दिख रहे हैं। भारत फोर्ज आप देखिए, जो गवर्नमेंट PSUs हैं, वो देखिए कितना अच्छा जा रहा है। ये आपका भेल, नॉट भारत फोर्ज, सो भेल इज लुकिंग गुड। इसके अलावा स्टाइल जी, मुझे लगता है कि रेलवे स्टॉक्स पे नजर रखनी चाहिए, क्योंकि अब हम लोग रेलवे के बजट के बारे में कुछ दिनों के बाद चर्चा करेंगे, 2-3 महीने के बाद। तो अब ये टाइम है IRCTC में एंट्री करने का।
जी राघवेंद्र जी, आपने मेरे मुख से ही अगला प्रश्न छीन लिया। रेलवे स्टॉक्स पर ज़रा ध्यान देते हैं। आपने बिल्कुल सही कहा, यहाँ पर एक अच्छा मोमेंटम आपको आता हुआ दिख रहा है और ये जो तेज़ी है यहाँ पर ज़्यादातर सरकारी रेलवे काउंटर्स जो हैं वो अच्छे रुख मर ट्रेड करते हुए दिख रहे हैं। टॉप 5 में आपको आज बता देता हूँ। RVNL 3.7% ऊपर है, इरकॉन इज़ अप 3.2%, IRFC अप 2.6%, रेलटेल 2.2% हायर, एंड ऑफ कोर्स कंटेनर कॉर्पोरेशन 1.9। राइट्स में भी आपको अच्छा मोमेंटम दिख रहा है और IRCTC 0.5% ऊपर 862। राघवेंद्र जी, आपके हिसाब से टॉप 5 रेलवे स्टॉक्स में टेक्निकली कौन से 2 या 3 ऐसे होंगे जहां पर आप मान के चलते हैं कि रैली अब और मजबूत होगी?
शैल जी देखिए, वैसे तो जितने भी रेलवे स्टॉक्स अच्छे लग रहे हैं, लेकिन आरवीएनएल देखिए आज भी 8% ऊपर है। मुझे लग रहा है और यहाँ से रैली एक्सटेंड हो जाएगी, तो मुझे लगता है 520 530 तक जाना चाहिए। सो आरवीएनएल, आईआरसीटीसी, इरडा और मुझे लगता है कि आईआरएफसी, ये 4 स्टॉक ऐसे हैं रेलवे के जो मुझे लग रहा है कि यहाँ से बहुत बड़ा जंप दे सकते हैं टिल द बजट। सो आई एम एक्सपेक्टिंग ऑलमोस्ट 20 to 30% अपसाइड फ्रॉम दिस लेवल। और ये लेवल अभी ऐसा है जहां पे आप एक्यूमुलेशन कर सकते हैं, क्योंकि ये लेवल डिमांड जोन में है, टेक्निकली बहुत बड़ा बाउंस बैक आ सकता है।
ओके, ये आपको बहुत बढ़िया तरीके से समझाते हुए राघवेंद्र जी ध्यान दीजिए, एक अच्छा स्विंग ट्रेड तो आपको बाजार में दिख ही रहा है। मैं रिक्वेस्ट करता हूँ पीसीआर से, इफ़ दे कैन फायर द निफ्टी डेली चार्ट। 6 दिन की गिरावट के बाद आप एक बहुत बढ़िया मूव आते हुए देख रहे हैं निफ्टी पर, और यहाँ पर एक अच्छा बाउंस 24,700 से आता हुआ मेरे ख्याल से एक बहुत सही मौका होगा। लेट्स गो टू रजत सेठी. He is a political analyst who's with us to discuss the results from Haryana. Mr. Sethi, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Yeah, such a warm welcome to you, sir. If you can just explain to our viewers very simply, what does the BJP's return for a third time in Haryana mean for the national landscape as also for Haryana itself?
I think this is a stunner of a result, and I believe that this is going to really infuse the BJP's rank and file and the top leadership. Renew up the reforms momentum will regain pace. You will see BJP again, lifting up wherever it left in the previous tenure of Prime Minister Modi. It will pick up things from there and roll out the next set of reforms, both for the economy and for the political dimensions of our constitution. Give back the momentum to the BJP.
Mr. Sethi, what did they...
Which, for the past 2-3 months seemed like the Congress was on a path to revival. So that is one.
I think we have a connection which is, I think we have a better connection with Mr. Sethi now. Rajat ji, what do you think that the BJP will, if you can hear me, I just wanted to know, what do you think that the BJP did right to get 50 out of 90 seats in Haryana despite facing such massive anti-incumbency?
I can. This is a very good question. Really internalize this victory. A lot of exit pollsters and all kinds of commentators had written of BJP. But what BJP did well was a very sharp and astute micro planning of every single constituency. In every single constituency where
what we'll do is we'll try and get Mr. Sethi on a better line and then probably discuss the Haryana elections threadbare. But as we've been pointing out, this has been a stunner of a reaction as far as the markets are concerned. Although the Nifty is off from its intraday high, which was 25,044, but look at the low. The low in the market was 24,756 hit early morning, and the bounce that you see from 9:20, 9:30 a.m. is the time when the BJP raced ahead in the seat counting in the Haryana elections, and this is a time when the markets started to turn for the better. Remember, at that point of time, the Nifty had fallen from 26,270 all the way down to 24,700 or so. So it was easily a 1400 point correction, and this good news, which was not expected in the market at all, came as a breath of relief, and it worked very well to the advantage of the BJP. Let's see whether we have Mr. Sethi again or not. We'll try and raise him again on a phone line. But look at how Reliance has bounced back. Look at how strength is coming into counters such as BSE and Paytm. Let's get Raghavendra into the conversation. The top traded counter today is Bombay Stock Exchange. Again a fresh high, 9.8% higher, Raghavendra ji. Should this momentum be chased, or should we be sitting quietly?
I think this momentum can extend, another, it can give another 5 to 10% rally from this level. So again, the stock is in uptrend and it is continuously making higher top, higher bottom. So I'm not, it is not visible anywhere that we can see immediate profit booking in the stock. So one can definitely buy this stock and hold it.
Okay. The interesting data I want to point out, ladies and gentlemen, is how you read the underlying granularity of the sentiment in the market. In front of me are top 30 shares traded by value. Out of 30, only 2 are in the red. That is Tata Motors and Tata Steel. All of these stocks are showing very, very strong gains on decent volume. Look at Paytm. This is the second most active counter. Raghavendra ji, 12% higher, 733. Almost 1900 crores worth of transactions have been done. What are the charts of Paytm telling you?
Paytm sale, I completely remember that last week we were discussing about this stock, and the stock has given a strong breakout above 700. We recommended this stock at 650, 670 level. Again, we are saying buy this stock and hold it. 850, 900 is the target in near term. And the longer term, I'm expecting stock to touch 4 digit, 1000 plus. So again, this is a buy for me.
Okay, a target of 1000 rupees on Paytm is what Raghavendra ji is talking about. Do you have a time frame for this?
Again, I'm expecting within 2 to 3 months, but because there's a symmetrical triangle breakout in the chart. और वो मुझे लग रहा है कि थोड़ा जल्दी 1-2 महीने के अंदर हो सकता है, but I'm on the safer side, minimum 3 months.
Okay, that's the view that is coming in. Let me just mark a couple of mid cap winners. Raghavendra ji, what a blowout you are seeing on the Nifty mid cap index and the Nifty small cap index. Let me give you a very interesting statistics on the Nifty small cap index first. This is a rare number that people normally don't get hold of. In the mid cap 100 index, there are 8 stocks that are above 5%. We have discussed BSE and Paytm. Let me mark RVNL up 7.5%, Dixon up 7.5%, HUDCO. I'll request a view from you, Raghavendra, on HUDCO up 7% and Areda up 5.5%. Is the worst over for these two counters?
Absolutely, Shalji. मुझे लगता है the worst is over for these two stocks. I'm expecting stock, to touch 230 level maybe today or tomorrow, and above that, once the stock cross and close above 230. The immediate target is 255, 260 level, and above that 275. So HUDCO is a complete buy at this level. And similarly, I'm expecting uptrend in the IRDA. IRDA, we were discussing day 4 yesterday, and the stock was trading around 215, 216 level. Now trading at 222. Again, the stock is in the buy zone, demand zone. Overall, I'm expecting stock to just 250, 255 level.
Okay, that's the view that is coming in on IRDA. Let me just again touch back upon the Nifty mid cap index. 65 stocks in the 100 are up between 0 and 3. 6 stocks are up between 3 and 5, and 8 stocks are up above 5. So 65 plus 14. 79 stocks, ladies and gentlemen, are in the green out of the 100 that make up the Nifty mid cap index. Again, let's shift focus to the small cap index. There are 10 stocks, ladies and gentlemen, which are above 5%, and some interesting names that you will now recollect. Garden Reach Shipbuilders 6.5% higher, 1640. Triveni Turbine 10% higher, 730. Electra Green 6.5% higher. CAMS, Tejas Net, Data Patterns, India Mart and GE Shipping are the counters that are more than 5% higher. Overall, 57 plus 10, 67 plus 10, 77 is to 23 is the advanced decline ratio that we see on the small cap index. These are good goings as far as the market sentiment is concerned. Raghavendra ji, do you expect the Nifty to close above 25,000 today?
Absolutely, I'm very much positive for closing above 25,000. There is a small, jerk, I can say. There is a huge call writing near 25,000. Once the index, cross and close above 25,000, these call writers are going to be in trouble. So again, yes. I'll say this is a time, the make a break level, because Nifty is taking a U-turn with the volume. So I'm expecting tomorrow Nifty closing above 25,300 level.
Okay. And let me just point out to the winning trades that are there in the market. So far Nifty is up 172 points. Out of 177 points, in terms of contribution, HDFC is contributing 37 points. Reliance 35 points, M&M 20 points, L&T and Infosys 16 and 12 points respectively. And amongst the losers, there are Titan down 11 points, TCS, ITC, Hindustan Unilever, nothing to be worried about. All, ladies and gentlemen, is that this sentiment is looking much better. Raghavendra ji want to add something, sir.
Yes, sir. Shahil ji, देखिए अभी हम just discuss कर रहे थे, Nifty is hovering around 25,000 level, and I am expecting closing about 25,000. एक बार ये closing हो जाए और check out the open interest. Nifty is up around 180 point with the open interest of 4 to 5%, which is good. So volume is there, and I am expecting another half an hour is left. तो अगले आधे घंटे में मुझे लगता है 50-60 पॉइंट की शॉर्ट कवरिंग और आनी चाहिए निफ्टी में. तो मुझे लग रहा है निफ्टी की क्लोजिंग 25,000 के ऊपर, और कल मुझे लगता है निफ्टी एक धमाकेदार जो अपसाइड की रैली देगा 25,300 25,400 तक आ सकता है.
जी ध्यान दीजिए, अक्सर हम लोग क्या करते हैं, एक स्पेसिफिक रेजिस्टेंस या सपोर्ट लेवल टेस्ट होता है. जैसा कि मैंने आपको बताया 24,700 कल एक बार टेस्ट हुआ और एक बार आज सुबह टेस्ट हुआ, और वहाँ से धमाकेदार आपने तेज़ी देखी. इसी तरीके से 25,000 जो रेजिस्टेंस है वो एक बार टेस्ट होगी, उसके ऊपर निफ्टी गया, लेकिन कॉल राइटिंग बहुत मजबूती से वहाँ पर ऑप्शंस पर आई और वहाँ से मुनाफा वसूली, क्योंकि आपने 250 पॉइंट की तेज़ी ऑलरेडी देखी है. लेकिन अब आप देखिए कि निफ्टी एक बात और कोशिश करेगा 24,500 को, माफ़ कीजिए 25,000 को भेदने की. और यहाँ पर आप देखिए बहुत बढ़िया मोमेंटम आपको RIL, HDFC बैंक, ICICI में आता हुआ दिखेगा. अगर इन्फोसिस फ्लैट भी हो जाए ना, मतलब लाल निशान से हटकर सिर्फ शून्य पर आ जाए, तो आप समझिए कि ये आपको होता हुआ दिखेगा. चलिए चर्चा को आगे बढ़ाते हैं. देखिए 25,000 एकदम आ गया.
बिल्कुल शैल जी, 25,000 के ऊपर हम आ चुके हैं और मुझे पूरी उम्मीद है कि हम 25,000 के ऊपर क्लोज करेंगे. और कल सुबह जिन लोगों ने ये 25,000 की कॉल बेची हुई है जी, उनके लिए बहुत मुझे लगता है कि थोड़ा सा डेंजरस होगा, क्योंकि यहाँ कॉल राइटिंग ज्यादा थी और आज जो क्लोजिंग जो हो रही है 25,000 के ऊपर, तो बहुत थोड़ा सा रिस्की होगा उनके लिए.
बिल्कुल. अब आप देखेंगे कि एक और दौर शॉर्ट कवरिंग का शुरू होगा, जहां पर जो भी कॉल राइटर्स हैं 25,000 पर, वो अब आपको अपनी पोजीशंस जो हैं नमस्कार करते हुए दिखेंगे. 24,900 की कॉल जो हम लोगों ने पकड़ी थी वो अब आपको ट्रेड करती हुई दिख रही है मेरे ख्याल से 177 रुपये के आसपास। यहाँ पर मोमेंटम हमने 232 तक जाते हुए देखा है। अब देखते हैं क्या रूपरेखा रहेगी, लेकिन ये भी एक बढ़िया ट्रेड हम लोगों ने सुबह पकड़ा था। चलिए चर्चा को आगे बढ़ाते हैं और यहाँ पर मोमेंटम की चर्चा आपको और होती हुई दिखेगी। अब कम से कम ये बात है कि आप 25,000 के ऊपर आज का क्लोज देखेंगे और ये अपने आप में एक उपलब्धि है उस बाज़ार के लिए जहाँ पर लगातार 6 दिन ज़बरदस्त पिटाई हो रही थी। फॉरेन इंस्टीट्यूशनल इन्वेस्टर्स ने राघवेंद्र जी कुल मिला के 50,000 करोड़ रुपए का माल छोड़ा है और ये जो हमारा रिटेल निवेशक है बेचारा चुपचाप जो 5,000, 10,000, 2,000, 1,100, 1,500 रुपए का SIP करता है उसने इन विदेशी लोगों को मात दी है और लगभग ये जो सिप्स हैं ये 45,000 करोड़ रुपए के आसपास आए हैं। आज की बाइंग और देखनी पड़ेगी, तो कांटे की टक्कर दी गई और यहाँ पर विजय उसकी होती है जो अच्छे समय में शांत रहे और बुरे समय में ज़बरदस्त खरीदारी करता हुआ दिखे। मेरे ख्याल से वो इस रैली से या इस कंसोलिडेशन से आपको साफ नज़र आ रहा है। राघवेंद्र जी।
बिल्कुल शायद जी, अगर अच्छा शायद जी एक चीज आप नोटिस कीजिएगा, ये जो फॉल हुआ है अगर 40,000 50,000 करोड़ की सेलिंग के बाद अगर हम सिर्फ और सिर्फ निफ्टी को 1,500 पॉइंट जो है निफ्टी नीचे लेके आ सके FIs, तो ये दिखाता है रिटेल की स्ट्रेंथ। और इस बार जो हुआ इसमें मैंने एक चीज ऑब्जर्व किया कि पैनिक बिल्कुल नहीं था मार्केट में, न किसी रिटेल के पास था पैनिक, न किसी HNI का। एवरीबॉडी वाज सेइंग कि यार ठीक है मार्केट में करेक्शन है, 2 दिन 3 दिन रहेगा फिर ऊपर आ जाएगा। तो ये जो साइकोलॉजी अभी चेंज हुई है ट्रेडर की, जितने लोग भी हैं कि बाजार में स्ट्रेंथ इसी से आती है जब लोगों में पैनिक मच जाए कि नहीं यार अब यहाँ से बाजार खत्म है, FI जितना बेच दिए ऐसा हो गया, वो चीजें बिल्कुल नहीं था शैल जी। तो मुझे लगता है इट इज द अचीवमेंट फॉर इंडियन इन्वेस्टर कि हम अभी भी चाहे FIs कितना भी बेच रहे हैं हम उसको एब्जॉर्ब कर रहे हैं।
अच्छा, एक बात और मैं अपने दर्शकों को बताना चाहूँगा और राघवेंद्र जी मैं चाहूँगा आप भी इस पर टिप्पणी दें। ये जो हमारे सामने पिछले 5-6 दिन करेक्शन हुआ, ये लगभग 5.8% आपने निफ्टी पर आते हुए देखा, लगभग 8% बैंक निफ्टी पर आते हुए देखा और अनेक ऐसे कई काउंटर जैसे ICICI बैंक, HDFC बैंक, रिलायंस इंडस्ट्रीज़ जहाँ पर 9-9, 10-10% का करेक्शन हुआ। टाटा मोटर्स में करेक्शन 22% का है। तो आप देखिए कि किस तरीके से यहाँ पर अब बाइंग सपोर्ट आता हुआ दिख रहा है और इस तेज़ी को LNT, मैं राघवेंद्र जी आपसे राय चाहूँगा LNT पर। ये काउंटर अपने 200 DMA के आसपास अब कंसोलिडेट कर रहा है, क्या राय रखते हैं आप LNT पर? आज LNT 1.5% ऊपर है, 3518।
शायद जी LNT देखिए, इसने जो है 3 स्टेप ब्लैक रो बनाया था, मुझे लगता है वो एक ट्रेंड रिवर्सल इसने आज दिया है। सो स्टॉक इज ट्रेडिंग अराउंड 3520 लेवल विच इज द स्ट्रॉन्ग रेजिस्टेंस जोन, और स्टॉक अगर इसके ऊपर क्लोज हो रहा है 3500 के ऊपर क्लोज हो रहा है तो मुझे लगता है ये बहुत अच्छा है। और ऊपर देखिए मैं बार बार बोल रहा हूँ LNT में एक गैप है 3700 से लेकर 3500, ये जो 200 रुपए का गैप है वो हो सकता है अगले 10 दिनों के अंदर जो है कवर हो जाए। उसके बाद आप देखिएगा LNT की रैली 4,000 रुपए के लिए, तो स्ट्रॉन्ग जो है मुझे लग रहा है वॉल्यूम इसमें है, 200-250 करोड़ के आसपास की बाइंग अभी तक हो चुकी है और मुझे लग रहा है कि LNT जो है चार्ट पे भी बहुत अच्छा दिख रहा है, तो रिवर्सल के लिए बिल्कुल तैयार कैंडिडेट है ये
जी। राघवेंद्र जी, इतनी सटीक राय के लिए आपका बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया और मैं उम्मीद करता हूं कि आज की जो क्लोज़ है वो 25,000 के ऊपर होगी और कल जैसा कि आपने कहा एक धमाकेदार शुरुआत के बाद हम लोग बहुत बढ़िया मोमेंटम में और तेज़ी की तरफ बढ़ते हुए दिखेंगे। आपका बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद और आभार। 3:07 p.m. ladies and gentlemen. Joining us now is Mr. Amar Singh, Senior Vice President for Research at Angel One. Namaste Amar ji, a very warm welcome to you. Welcome back. A good strong start and now the complexion seems to have changed for the better as far as market is concerned. What are your peers and what are your, how should I say, equity strategists telling you in terms of the underlying change in sentiment? How much of this is because of the surprise victory at Haryana by the BJP?
Yeah, I would say that there are many factors which are at play in the markets. Definitely, it all started with the Israel and Iran issue, which still hasn't been resolved, and there are concerns there, no doubt about it. And also, we saw that Brent crude rose above the $80 mark. So that also meant that market participants are anticipating that crude oil prices could trade higher, because if something means bigger happens in the Middle East. So those concerns are very valid, but despite that, we haven't seen significant sell-off in the global market. So that's one positive thing. So effectively, it means is that a lot of market participants, not only domestically but globally, also are of the view that this issue or this confrontation in Middle East is likely to be contained without really spilling over in a big way. That's what the expectations of the markets are very high. It's in terms of probability. That's the reason our markets have corrected, because we've seen some sharp correction in Reliance, which is a major heavyweight. It lost almost 10%. So last week. So that and some other selling in some of the other heavyweights also was one of the factors. And today, what we are seeing is a pullback. So I would say if you look at Nifty, if you go back, looking at Nifty from a technical perspective, we go back slightly towards the 9th of September. So there Nifty had made a low of 24,753. And if you look at today's low, that's also 24,756. So effectively 24,700, 800, that's a very strong support zone for Nifty. So that's the reason we are seeing this pullback. So those who are short, they have covered the short. Those who wanted to go long, that's a good level, because your risk reward ratio from a trading perspective, that definitely helps. And Nifty could trade further provided it sustains above the 25,150 level. Sustaining above that level, then Nifty could rally towards, I would say, 25,370, 400. That would be the next level. But the key level to watch out for is 25,150, because Nifty is moved in oversold territory. Nifty is also, or the benchmark indices have also taken support from very crucial levels. So that means that there could be a pullback. The big question is whether Nifty is going to sustain over the 25,350, 25,400 mark, because that's going to be the major zone of resistance. But prior to that, 25,150 is going to be a zone of resistance. Now, coming to your question on the Haryana, I would say election. See, every election, be it a state election, definitely counts, adds to the, I would say, the plus or the minus of the market sentiments, because sentiments come from all over. That's not one single sentiment that impacts the markets. So yes, that's a shot in the arm for the ruling party. That's the BJP winning the third time. So that definitely means it eases the concerns of investors post the Lok Sabha results. So that's one, and this was a very closely contested election. So I think that definitely would have some impact. How much, really can't say. I would say investors also looking forward to the RBI policy meet as to
Yes.
what the statement is going to be, because rate cut, though, I think everyone has ruled out. That could be, if it happens, that could be a really a big pleasant surprise. But otherwise, the statement going forward as to how they perceive, given the current, I would say, turbulence in the global markets and the geopolitical tension, that's something which the markets would definitely pay a close attention to.
Yes, you make a fair point here, Amar, that now the mood will shift to the RBI credit policy, where nothing much is expected. That policy is likely on Thursday, and we also have the second quarter earnings that are beginning on Thursday with TCS. So this is a nice corrective bout in the market that has happened before 2 or 3 major events, and the one that turned out to be in the favor of the market, of course, was this surprise and dramatically strong victory that the BJP got in Haryana today. This was against all expectations. All pollsters have been proved wrong, and all naysayers are now trying to find reason or trying to hide as to explain why this fantastic move came into prices. Let's look at now a detour into the broader markets. Within the Nifty, I want to point out the winners. Trent, a sharp move on the upside today. The stock actually went all the way up to 8% higher. Yeah, that's it in front of you. A strong move there. And in terms of winners, let me just tweak this software to give you the winners in Nifty as far as gainers are concerned. The Adani Group stocks are doing phenomenally well. This is Adani Enterprises, 4.7% higher, 3160. Adani Ports, 4.4% higher. Amar, I'd just like to take your view on Bharat Electronics, 4.5% higher, 280. This is the debut that the counter has made into the Nifty from September 30th. What are the charts telling you, and what is your long-term view on BEL?
So see, if you look at BEL first, I'll talk about the technical perspective, then I'll give you the fundamental perspective as well.
Yes.
So technically, what we are seeing here is that BEL has corrected from almost 340 levels to currently trade around 280, and today it's up by almost, as you rightly said, around 280, up by 4.5%. But a few days back, that is on 27th of September, the stock had witnessed significant high volumes. And that was the day where there was very slight movement in the market. So it could be more of hands changing, which took place on 27th of September, because that was in excess of 6,000 crores of turnover that happened against the average volumes, which are close to around 600, 800 some crores. So that's a significant interest that happened on that stock. So a very important level for the stock is somewhere, I would say, around 295, 300. It would be roughly around 5-7% from the current levels. If that is taken out, then the stock is definitely headed higher. We could witness another 15% rally on the upside, because the long-term trend for the stock remains strong and positive. There's no doubt about it. And see, if you look at BEL from a fundamental perspective, so it's in a sector which is definitely, I wouldn't say, we can still say that it's a sunrise sector, because we've just scratched, I would say, the surface. So in terms of manufacturing and supplying electronic equipment and systems to the defense sector. So this is one, I would say, very key company which could play a significant role going forward. And also, if you look at the company's performance per se, so the company has been witnessing sales growth anywhere in double digits, around 12-13% for the last 3 years. Profit growth has been significant, more than 30% over the last few years. And I would say that it's a multi-product, multi-technology conglomerate, and there is a lot of opportunity and potential. But there's only one caveat which I would like to add here is that execution is something which is very important, and the quality that is to be maintained, because these are two things which are paramount for any industry, and specifically more for the defense sector, because their time and quality is where there is zero compromise. So there the company needs to sustain and grow, because the company has a market cap currently of around 2 lakh crores. The company has sales of almost 20,000 crores plus. So the company has a lot of potential and opportunity. So long-term investors, they can definitely look on adding this stock as a SIP from a long-term perspective. So it could be a stock SIP. From a short-term perspective, as I said, trading above 300 levels, 295, 300, then you can expect a short-term rally in the stock. Otherwise, the stock is can go in for some consolidation. And the recent lows of around 260, that should act as a support. So 260 on the downside, 300 on the upside, that's the range. If you ask me, the long-term trend remains very strong and positive. That means pullbacks are to be bought into till the time we don't see the stock breaching the recent lows.
ओके ये राय आपको आती हुई दिख रही है BEL पर, काफ़ी डिटेल्ड राय यहाँ पर अमर जी देते हुए. 317 अमर, वी आर लास्ट in the last 13 minutes of trade. What is most likely to happen is that the close will be above 25,000. That's a very big plus. In your mind, if you were to carry forward a position, what would you do? Buy into Nifty calls expiring maybe October 17th. What would you sort of recommend in terms of a BTST or STBT strategy?
Yeah, I would say that the way Nifty has taken support, that clearly shows that there is definitely not much concern. And the other interesting and important point is that India VIX really hasn't gone up significantly. So that tells that despite a sharp correction of almost 1500 points, more than 1500 points in Nifty from the highs till the recent lows, investors and traders are not very much concerned. So that is definitely a silver lining. But as I said, 25,140, 150, that's the upside level for Nifty, which is very likely to touch that level. So we can expect a rally of almost 100, 150 points from here. Sustaining about 21,000, 25,150 is something which is going to be very important, very crucial.
Yes.
If it sustains above that level, then we could witness another sharp move of around 200 to 250 points in Nifty. So
Yes,
till the time we don't see a breach below the recent low, I would say that being on the long side makes sense.
Yes, that's a very well thought of strategy, Amar, that one, we must close above 25,000. Two, in terms of actual change in trend, maybe a move above 25,150, 25,200 with a retest of 25,000 is what looks good. And of course, today's delivery statistics will make a lot of sense. Remember, the falls over the last 6 days have come in on very heavy volume, but today's rise is not on that much good volume. Only 22,000 crores each, 2,200 crores each has been traded on NSE and BSE. My apologies, on HDFC Bank and Reliance Industries. That itself is fairly okay, because for every 1 crore sale that the DIIs, the FIIs did, it was evenly matched by purchases from domestic institutions. Amar, how do you see this wonderful equation that for the 50,000 crore rupees of net sales in the last 6 sessions by our foreign friends, our domestic friends bought in about 47,000 crore rupees? What does it tell you about the strength and resilience of the Indian market?
Yeah, I would say that. So I would say that it clearly shows that we have come as a country a very long way, and also the investors and the trader community both have matured a lot. There's no doubt about it. And also, it's like not getting, because it's very important that doing the right thing, when you have to do the right thing despite the fear, that is the key. So markets, so investors have also understood that if they buy into quality names on corrections, on dips, developing that SIP model, even for stock SIP, that's really helping. And also investors, to a very great extent of all types, I would say, they are looking at from a long-term perspective that okay, it's a marathon race, it's not a 100 meters race. So for a marathon, you also have to take rest, and then you have to straighten up depending upon the time that you want to hit. So that's what I would say. Investors are also, the psyche has definitely changed for the better, and we have a long way to grow. And naturally, if we as a country are to really grow in size, what we aspire to be maybe 10x from the current levels, then our domestic, I would say, participation has to be very firm and very strong and grow big. So no doubt about it. I think that's really what is helping our markets. Otherwise, we could really have crumbled under the onslaught of the FII selling if the Indian domestic buying hadn't been there.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I'll again like to show you the Nifty Mid Cap Index, and there is a specific reason why I mark this. Now at day's high, and up 1,321 points, 2.31% higher. And what is really interesting in this day's high is the fact that in the last 45 minutes when we started this show, the index has actually surged from a low of 58101 to 58631. So a 500 point rally has happened in the last 45 minutes of trade, and the index is well on its way to close at its day's high. I wish I could show you a candlestick chart of the Nifty Mid Cap Index. Today's the size of the bar is almost equal to the size of the red bar yesterday. Look at the small cap index. Again, today's rise is somewhere in the vicinity of 2.15%, which is a good 400 points. And again, the index is closing at a day's high, which essentially means that a lot of pent up demand will be following suit. The Sensex 0.7% higher, the Nifty Bank 555 higher 1.1, and of course the Nifty now up 222. So there's a double Nelson. There is 222 on the Nifty and there's 555 on the Sensex. Interesting data coming up, and both indices almost trying to end near their day's high. Amongst sectoral trends and within the space of earnings, Amar, what are you looking forward to for this second quarter? We start the earnings on Thursday with TCS.
Yeah, so if you look at the stocks or the companies which are coming out with their results, definitely markets would be looking forward to the TCS results, because that would set the tone and tenor for the IT space, and also it would have some relevance for the other segments as well. Having said that, if you look at the US jobs data which came in last week, the non-farm payrolls data, that was far better than expectations. So that clearly reduces the fears of a recession hitting the US anytime soon. So if that is the case, so that could have two aspects to look at. One is that the US Fed could ideally look at reducing the rate of rate cut, which is not very unlikely. While at the same time, that shows that the US economy might be more resilient than what is being perceived to be. So that would be a positive for the IT space, which we are seeing or is being reflected in the IT stocks as well. So that's one area to look at. And the other, I would say, sectors to definitely keep a close watch on, I've been talking about, is the pharma, specialty chemicals, two-wheeler segment to a certain extent.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, 325 now with you, the last 5 minutes of trade. What is now almost certain is that we'll have a close above 25,000, and which is a very, very good development for the market. This close above 25,000 is primarily driven by two index heavyweights, which is Reliance and which is HDFC Bank. Within individual contributions, 49 points have come in from Reliance, and HDFC Bank has contributed 38 points. Very strong moves on M&M, L&T and Infosys as well. And of course, on the slipping side are stocks that really don't matter as far as index heavyweights are concerned. Titan in particular contributing 10 negative points. Nothing to be worried about at all. Let's look at the advanced decline ratio. Very strong, almost 2,000 stocks in the green on the National Stock Exchange, 400 in the red, a 5:1 advanced decline ratio, ladies and gentlemen. This is very, very positive. We have 19 indices that we track for you, and out of 19, 18 are in the green, and the rally on the mid cap, the small cap, the NSE 500 is breathtaking to say the least. Whether this rally will continue or not, only time will tell, but what is good is that this bottom that has been made at 24,700 is on the back of very, very good developments, at least as far as politics is concerned. The BJP has made a stunning comeback in Haryana for the third successive row, and of course it has beaten all pollsters, all naysayers, and has come up with a dramatic show. Look at the Nifty Alpha 50 index, 3.7% higher. Look at the Nifty Next 50, 2.5% higher, 74,721. The mid cap, the small cap, like I said, it's a blowback that is coming in, and to my mind, the Nifty is now going to close at its day's high, which was 25,044. So that's a very, very strong comeback by the bulls. Your closing comment, Amar?
Yeah, I would say, as we were discussing, Nifty has really, I would say, shown pace. And I would say those who were short or expecting that maybe towards the end of the session Nifty might witness some selling or profit booking. That's not happened. And also, as you rightly said, the advanced decline ratio, if you see, that's significantly in favor of the bulls. The only thing is that we could see a follow through effect towards the 25,150 odd level, 140, 150. There one needs to be slightly cautious, because there we could witness some sort of selling pressure. But overall, I would say till the time we don't see the recent lows being breached, that is 24,700, 750, that's a very strong support zone. We don't see that breached. Nothing much to worry. A breach below that would only happen if there is a major significant negative development happening globally, not in India. That could lead to some significant correction. Otherwise, we could see some consolidation. And once Nifty sustains over the 25,400 levels, then we could say that we are now, again, the uptrend has resumed.
Okay. That's the view coming in, ladies and gentlemen. I'll just take a detour into market statistics. Let's look at the top gainers on the NSE 500. Taking it away, ladies and gentlemen, is Paytm. 15% higher, 752. The Bombay Stock Exchange, a fresh record closing high, 4,253. Remember, the BSE was down 7% yesterday, but that was probably profit being shaken off the tree. A very, very strong close coming in there. Triveni Turbine, 10% higher. HEG, 10% higher. These are stocks that are doing phenomenally well, and within the trader circuit of low ticket sized items and high beta. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Hudco back in a very strong move. 10% higher, 230. Look at Garden Reach Shipbuilders, 9% higher, 1678. Is this a dead cat bounce? Only time will tell. But as I have said, it's a fantastic close on the market today. Let's just look at the numbers back up again and look at how strength has come back, and strength has come back on a great day. The Nifty closing at its day's high, almost 25,000, is back with the bulls. Today's low was 24,750. That's a 285 point jump from its day's low. It's tested that very strong support and has now broken above the 25,000 resistance. This is most likely to have a very good move tomorrow as well. Remember, a 6-day downdraft has ended on the Nifty on some very good political developments. Let's hope this continues. Please remain glued to Business Today Television. A lot is happening on the other side of this break, and it was a pleasure hosting this show today.
It is an honor to speak to you on this occasion of 92nd anniversary of the Indian Air Force, a day that fills each one of us with immense pride. Over the past year, we have made significant strides in strengthening our operational capabilities, enhancing our professionalism, and adapting to ever-evolving, challenging modern warfare.